Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. I'm giving everybody a couple of minutes to join me. I know I have a few familiar faces that'll be here, and hopefully some new ones. Hey, Toya. Thank you for coming, baby. Glad you made it. I'm getting nice and comfortable so we can get on in and talk about the importance of having a spiritual practice. Let's get to chatting about the importance of having a spiritual practice. Let me welcome you. If this is your first time coming over to my channel, I am Life Empowerment Coach Sharonda L. Barksdale, and I am helping to inspire you to live your most authentic life. That is my work. That is everything that I do. And all these topics, including having a spiritual practice, have something to do with being your most authentic self. So that's what the conversation is about today. I'm really excited to be here. And let's just jump right in. Oh, before I get started, hey Tab, Tab is here. Before I get started, authentically your expressions is also hey, hey. So y'all just join in with the hey girl. There goes Falami. So I'm glad y'all made it. We're going to talk about the importance of actually having a spiritual practice. So what's going on right now is a lot of people, especially with the pandemic, people are having to find themselves or redefine themselves, as Kim Martin likes to say. And so people are having to go deep. Let me figure out who I am. I don't like me. I don't like the people around me. I don't like this and the third. So what I'm encountering a lot for clients is people who are trying to get down to the root of the issues. So I'm doing the work with people. We're spending time. I have a shadow work group on Facebook. We're doing shadow work on a weekly basis. We're finding ways to be consistent. But that's the thing, being consistent. You can go and watch something inspiring, something that really changes your life. And the moment you walk away from that thing, that's when everything feels bad again. You're re-entering real life and you realize this is hard. I don't know how to keep my energy in a good place. I don't know how to stay positive. And that's what I'm hearing a lot of people say. I don't know how to stay positive. That's because you're not practicing it on a regular basis. It is important to have a regular routine, whatever that looks like for you. First of all, you should be able to define what is God to me. How do I define God? I don't judge people based off of their spiritual practices. Hey, Gerald. I don't, judge people based off of their spiritual practices. So I'm gonna work with you. I don't care what you believe in, but make it a regular thing. You can't go to church on Sundays and then not have any experience with God throughout the entire week. And then you can't figure out why you're always in a state of depression. That's what's happening. People are sitting around depressed because they're not carrying their practices on a daily basis. You have to. When you don't practice on a regular basis, meaning waking up and doing your affirmations every day, meaning reading your Bible every single day, meaning whatever it is that you do on a regular basis, if you're not doing that regularly, you're going to run into, I feel depressed. I feel like I'm sinking. I feel like all these negative emotions, but you're not using anything to practice to keep you up. I'm good, Gerald. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for coming and dropping by. So we have to make sure that we're doing something on a regular basis. I'm watching people being carried by the ebbs and flows of life. They're up and they're down. They're up and they're down. They're up and they're down. Come on. We're so upset with life. We're upset with the things that are happening to us, but you're not maintaining. Let me tell you something. Shit happens. Life happens. Don't stop. That's just straight up. Life is not going to stop happening. As long as you are in this physical body, there's always going to be something that you're dealing with. Your spiritual journey shouldn't be about thinking, oh, well, that's going to stop. Or if I follow God this way, then bad things won't happen to me. That's a lie. We're in a human condition. experience comes illness, comes bills, comes all the stresses of life, period. Go ahead and accept that. It's just what it is. The kids are disobedient. Somebody's not listening to what they should be listening to. Something's going on. Accept it. It's just a part of the journey. But if you have a regular practice, even if you don't believe in God, if you believe in yourself, some people say, I am God. I have no problem with that either. Believe what you want. I don't know how God's going to look at us later on, so whatever. But you still have to have a way of getting in touch with yourself on a regular basis. People are forgetting to tap in. A lot of what I'm watching and witnessing within the spiritual community, hey, London, what I'm witnessing within the people who condole is you're doing exactly what you ran away from. Everybody's talking about they left the Christian church, they left the church, but you're doing the exact same thing that you were doing over there. Over there, you didn't have a regular spiritual practice. You didn't have a regular practice over there in the church. And then you come over to spirituality, and then you don't have a regular practice here either. How do you, pray tell, plan to tap into spirit if you don't have a regular practice? How do you begin to tap into your intuition and being able to know how to make the right decision if you have no way to get in touch with self or spirit that dwells within? How do you know? I'm just wondering. While y'all in here, make sure y'all clicking like, click share, click like, click share, subscribe. Y'all over at IG, make sure y'all go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I like to make a pause and make sure y'all don't forget about your girl so that you can get updates anytime that I'm going live. But yeah, having a spiritual practice on a regular basis is important. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Candace. So what are y'all doing? I need to know, because this is live. When I'm doing stuff live, I like for people to talk to me. So tell me some of the things y'all are doing on a regular basis. For example, for me, daily I meditate. That's just one of the things I have to do. That keeps me a lot more level, so I'm not anxious, because I have dealt with anxiety and depression in my life. And in order to make sure I'm not doing that, I meditate so I can stay balanced. That's something I do on a daily basis. Affirmations, speaking positively about myself and my life on a regular basis. Reading the Bible on a daily basis. What does your thing look like? Because we should be experiencing that. We shouldn't keep shifting every time something happens to us. Falami said guided meditation. I love guided meditation. There's times that I do like singing bowl music, just some music that's playing in the background. Sometimes I do silent meditation. I've been doing it so long. I am a certified meditation instructor. So sometimes just sitting in silence for me is loud. I hear God speak loudly. Sometimes just sitting still and being quiet. Tabitha says she meditates and listens to singing bowls on YouTube. Kim says she does a daily Bible study and meditation. You have to. You have to. Remember, your daily stuff is to sustain you. The moment something happens, the moment one thing happens, y'all get all this good feeling, you go to church on Sunday and you feel so good and God is good and all this stuff is happening. And then turn around, the moment one thing happens, you get a flat tire and you cussing everybody out. Or you get into this deep depression. I don't know how this is going to work out. Life is so hard. Everything bad happens to me. There's a reason that happens. There's a reason. A lot of y'all have crystals, because I'm very in touch with the spiritual community. I have my own crystals myself. Knowing what those crystals are for is very important. Let's start there. Let's start there. What are you using the crystals for? Everybody's going to the store running to get crystals, but you don't even know what the crystals are for. What the crystals for? Using that during meditation. Say you're going to get a tiger's eye and you know you need some courage. You got something, you got an interview coming up. We'll use interview. You have an interview coming up. I'm going to use my tiger's eye for courage. I might stick it down in my pocket or something. Hey, Nell, I want to put my tiger's eye down in my pocket. I'm going to use my tiger's eye to give me the courage to get. I feel good. If that's your spiritual practice, do it on a regular basis. Stop going out here spending all this damn money on crystals and all these other things. I'm gonna buy crystals, and I'm gonna buy sage, and I'm gonna go buy this, and I'm gonna buy that, and then turn around, you don't use it, or you don't even know what it's for. Like Tab just said, do your research. Do your research. What is your daily spiritual practice? The more you pull away from God, because that's what happens. Y'all are walking away. You get into this good space and create all this beautiful, loving energy, this joy, this peace. I understand what it is that God is trying to tell me. I got it. I understand. And then you step outside the church, and one thing happens, and you forgot the faith that you were supposed to have. Or that moment that we sit inside our shadow work class, because I do shadow work classes every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Every single Sunday. And so we do that on a regular basis. But by the time I talk to some of y'all by Wednesday, you've fallen apart. Then I have to ask, what have you done on a daily basis to keep yourself uplifted? Because we're trying to vibe high, right? Isn't that what we're doing out here in these streets? We vibing high. So let's try to, if we're going to vibe high, stop for stuff that's external to you. Everybody's looking for things outside. That man that's going to make me happy. That job that's going to make me happy. That drink that's going to make me happy. That weed that's going to make me happy. And all those things are short-lived, because the moment that man fails you, that job fails you, that liquor fails you, the moment those things fail you is the moment you go right back down to a deep place, a nice deep dark depression. It's because it's your responsibility to sustain your happiness. That's yours. Nothing external to you. It's internal. What am I doing for me to help keep that place? We're looking for the Spirit of God to come out the clouds and then jump in and make you feel happy, feel happy. That's not how this works. Sorry to tell you. Gerald asked, how does he learn how to meditate? Well, one of the best ways is kind of like what Fulami suggested. Going on YouTube and typing in guided meditation. Those are the best ones to start with. That's what I tell everyone to start with. Any kind of guided meditation. And I need to start actually hosting some classes for meditation. I really do. But just to go and find a guided meditation on YouTube, and you sit and listen. Meditation, let me make this clear. Meditation is not to make you stop thinking. That's not what meditation is for. People get frustrated with meditation because when they first start, they start thinking about what they got to do later on the day, or something that happened last week, or their mind just starts going into other places. That's okay. It's okay. I promise you, if your mind drifts, what I tell a lot of people to do is, when you start your meditation practice, get you a pen and paper and have it nearby. So when you sit and you're sitting quietly in that space and your mind drifts and you really can't get whatever it is off your mind, get your pen, write it down. That shifts it. Now I've shifted the energy from here down to the paper. I've emptied it from me, and now I can go back into meditation mode. Meditation helps you be aware of your thoughts. That's why it works for anxiety and depression, because the more you practice it in a meditative state, the more, when you're alert and aware and conscious, you can catch it. Oh shit, here I go thinking about some crazy shit again. Let me get my mind right. That's what you do. That's how that works. No, Sharonda, I'm not about to start worrying about that. No, we're gonna do something different. Hell no. And that's how I talk to myself. Oh, hell no. You ain't even about to start worrying about that, girl. Let's go do, let me go meditate. I got plenty of work to do over here. I'm working on a regular basis. So I got something else to do. Yeah. Candice said Headspace app is how she got started and really works. She recommends that. So Headspace, there's an app called Headspace, and she said that works. Fulami told me to please do go ahead. I may do that, Fulami, for real. I might have to start a meditation little course for people who want to learn how to meditate. I'm gonna think about that, girl. I'm glad you tuned in too, Nell. No, I'm gonna say Michelle. I'm glad you tuned in too, because that's real. When we don't take control of we have to capture our thoughts. We have to capture them. We can't allow the space to just take us everywhere. Every time something happens in life, oh, I'm sad. Oh, I'm angry. Oh, I'm depressed. You are in total control of you, whether you like it or not. Even if you decide to respond in an angry way, your decision was, I'm going to be angry about this thing. And like I tell people all the time, there's times to be a all that. There are times to say that. There are times to be like, nope, not doing it, done. Mm-mm. You don't get to have my energy. For me, you don't get to have my energy. I don't like people shifting my blood pressure. I have an issue with that. I do. People think that, oh, she's so peaceful and she's so. I like my heart to beat the way that it's beating when I'm nice and calm. And I like for my blood pressure, it's beautiful. I don't have no blood pressure issues. I don't need no problems. So therefore, the reason I come across as nice and calm and sweet and stuff like that is because I don't want to be bothered. And guess who made the decision? You think people don't try to bother me? They do all the time. But I have made a conscious decision for my spiritual practice to include that because I want to be as aligned with God as I can. Not when something happens tomorrow, not when we have to get something fixed on the vehicle. Now I'm all upset. No, my choice is I'm going to trust God to do it. But the only reason I'm there is because I practice this every single day. No letting up. Unless you want your life to go up and down, up and down. I'm happy I'm at. I'm happy I'm at. You see what I'm saying? Sorry about that on YouTube, y'all. It said my connection was unstable, but everybody over on IG still watching, so I don't know what happened with YouTube. I don't know what happened. So yeah, one of the programs that I have as a life coach, because y'all know I'm a life coach full time. That's my work. That's what I do. I have plenty of clients who are on here now and plenty of clients that aren't here right now, but this is my work. This ain't no play for me. This is how this is how I feed my family, and this is how I heal, do my healing work, do life coaching. And one of my programs I have is called You Are What You Think. You are what you think, meaning I help you help yourself to capture your mindset. Pay attention to what you're thinking about yourself. Start getting rid of some of this programming. There are people in your past who told you something about you and you have believed it up until this point. There's a time to finally relinquish that bullshit, for real. There's a time to finally say, I am not who they said I am. And so you have to redefine it. But if you just say that one time, I'm not who they say I am, tomorrow something is going to remind you of what that person said. Something is going to remind you of what you said. Rachel, really? I know. Rachel said, we know how to give you tasks. Talk about meditation course. Check. Girl, I know. Yeah. There are always going to be things in life that's going to make you, that has the potential to make you feel a certain way about life. Fuck that. No. That's not what we're doing out here in these streets. No. We're not going to just let life make me feel some kind of way. Hey, y'all on YouTube, I only see 3 likes up here. I need to see some more likes. Let me see some fingers clicking. Y'all know I'll be on, y'all. And make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well, because I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop teaching this stuff. This is who I am. This is what I know. This is what has healed my life. This is how I finally was able to find peace. I don't find peace in my husband. I don't find peace in my children. That's not where my happiness is. Do they make me happy? Yes. But the moment that something happens within my relationship, well, I look like letting it keep shifting me up and down and all around. My husband's not perfect. He wasn't even born for me to just be happy that you're here on earth. So you have to make me happy all the time. He's human. Even I can't make him happy all of the time. That's not how this works. I choose to be happy. We get to make a choice of how this life is going to lead us. And y'all have got to start making a conscious choice. Some of y'all need a life coach. You're fighting by yourself. You're not able to do it on your own. No, we're not doing that. You need to find a way to do it with some help if you need to. Invest in yourself, the way y'all invest in your hair, the way you invest in these cars, the way you invest in a whole bunch of food for the week, because I bet you the amount that I charge, some of y'all eat out enough in an entire week. Yeah, I said it. I'm in your business, whatever. Falami said, I have to stop myself from repeating words that have hurt me and making that guide my actions or feelings. Absolutely. Absolutely, Falami. We can't do that. A lot of people are wrestling with that space of saying this, believing things that were said. I even had to correct some of the words that I would say to myself too. I used to call myself fat ass all the time. I'm trying to do better, girl. I'm trying to do better. But why keep saying that when I know that that's not what I want my truth to be? What's coming out of our mouths on a daily basis should be the things that we want life to be, not what it looks like necessarily, because sometimes it's not what we want to see. What life looks like right now sometimes isn't what we want. Speak life, not negativity. I'm sad. I'm depressed. I'm broke. No. Money flows to me with ease. My life is aligned with the goodness of God. I am worthy of all good things coming into my life. Everything is going to show up just how I imagined. Speaking positive things. We did that as children. As children, it's so easy. We get out into the world and we become adults, and it's hard to align with that space anymore. It's hard. Life is really hard. I can't argue that point. It is hard. However, what we're going to do? Let it be hard? Or we're going to define what my spiritual practice is daily. Carolyn says she listened to music and write. I was just about to say that, girl. One of your spiritual practices, because don't think too deep about this. God enters in wherever we let God enter in, all right? It could be a beautiful song that makes you feel really good. That's where spirit enters into good spaces. Those spaces that will begin to give you clarity, to give you some understanding, to make you feel good about yourself. Journaling on a daily basis. I'm not a big journaler. Journaling is not my thing. I'm not a big writing my feelings down person, but that's mostly because I've learned how to release them other ways. I'm a grounding person. I love grounding. I go outside, put my feet on the grass, barefoot, and let the earth kind of absorb some of my energy. That's one of my favorites. Y'all probably heard me say that before if you've been here before. That's one of the things that I do. Finding something that you do on a regular basis that's going to keep you stable. Stop letting life take your emotions like this. Yes, Rachel said, acknowledge that you need help. Come on, y'all. If you realize that you're not maintaining, there are plenty of therapists out here. There are plenty of life coaches out here, but she the best one. Her. Just letting you know. That's how she feel about it. But there's plenty of help. There's support. There's your pastors. There's your teachers. There's people out here who want to be there for you. And you have to be able to say, I need help. Not just sitting in a space in your isolating, right, Rachel? Isn't that what we just talked about? Isolating and going to a deep, dark spot. I'm going to go isolate myself and be quiet. And I'm not going to tell nobody that I'm over here suffering. Y'all are suffering by yourselves. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. Tab, I don't know how you click like either, girl. I don't know where the button is, but find it. Yeah. Rita says she lights a candle at night and talks to spirit. Beautiful. See what I'm saying? This does not have to look the same for everybody. Your spiritual practice doesn't need to be defined by someone else. What feels good for you? I'm a candle girl too, Rita. I love candles. I will sit up here and light a candle real quick. I'm waiting for a couple to come in the mail now because I kind of invest in my candles a little bit. But I'm waiting, I might be cheap somewhere else, but I like my candles. There's certain kinds that I really do like. And so I'm waiting those to come in the mail now. But I usually sit here when I'm working. Like I was showing Tab and Toya the other day. This is one of my candles. It's called Get Money. So when I'm in work mode, when I'm really focused and I'm creating, I light my Get Money candle. And I'll be like, get money, get money. Practice of keeping myself uplifted. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what I want us out here doing because while I'm a healer, I can't reach everybody. I would love to. I want to be able to put my hands on you, answer your questions, support you, whatever I can do. but I can't. So here's the space where we're going to do this. And this is the space where I'm going to encourage you. Do something that feels good. Do something that feels good to you. If candles feel good to you, if incense feels good to you, if crystals feel good to you, if reading feels good to you, let it be consistent because you're feeling good every day. That thing that makes you feel good, you're doing it. Can you imagine that? Like, really think about that, y'all. Makes me feel good. I'm doing it every day. Imagine the type of energy you're creating. So now you're tapping into universal source. You're tapping into this powerful energy that says, oh, I feel good energy coming from her. I'm going to send more energy back. That's how stuff is multiplied. That's when you begin to feel the multiplication of what you want. That's manifestation. That's the thing that's spoken about in every single spiritual belief. That manifestation of the good and the abundance and the peace and the joy and all these wonderful things that are out there. If you are tapping into it every day, you get to receive more of it. You must have a spiritual practice, people. Flami said, set up a dedicated space in your house just for that. Girl, okay now. So you know I got kids, right? But when I get my house, this bigger house that I'm about to get, because I'm about to get my bigger house, okay? My bigger house is going to have a dedicated space for my meditation / prayer area. If you could do a dedicated space specifically for, this is where I'm going to meditate, this is where I'm going to pray, this is where I'm going to read my Bible, this is where I'm going to use my crystals, this is where I'm going to burn my incense, whatever you do, that does help inspire you to get over there. It should. Girl, I know some people that create the space and they'll never go to it though. They don't never go. Yeah. So what are y'all's thoughts? I need to hear something. I love that some of y'all have some spiritual practices. And tomorrow in our class, that's what we're going to be talking about. Everybody's going to be sharing what their spiritual practice is. They're going to be sharing it. And that's why I tell y'all, come on and join. If you go to Facebook and you type in AYE, okay. If you type in AYE and shadow work and the after work, you will find our shadow work group. We meet every Sunday. That is a very beautiful love space. The women come there together and we share. We talk about what we're going through. I give homework on a weekly basis. You don't have to do the homework. The homework is for if you feel that that's going to help you grow, you do it that week. If you don't want to do it, that's on you. Choices. We all get to make choices. Fulami said, I don't spend as much time there as I want. Yeah. So, yeah. Girl, I know a lot of people like that. I'm not sure if I would do it as like I should. I've gotten much better, though. I must admit, I have a space that I have outside. My meditation space is outside because all my crystals and stuff, I would never be able to keep them. They'd be all over the house, hidden under the bed. Candles would be everywhere. Poor ancestors wouldn't even know. They'd be spread out in pieces all over. No, we're not doing all that. So it's outside. So every time I go outside, I use that as my meditative space. I want to see y'all really begin to have a spiritual practice. It is important. Do not let life dictate how you feel on a daily basis. You dictate that. You create that for you. The more that you are consistent with your spiritual practice on a daily basis, the more you won't find yourself going into depressions. The more you won't find yourself feeling anxious about everything that happens in your life. The more you'll be able to tap into, I've been tapping into God's space so much that it resonates everywhere I go. That's what you'll be feeling. I had to finally learn that. I wrestled with that for the longest, whether I was in Christianity, in somebody's church or not. No matter what it was, trying to do some spiritual practice over here, over there. What God wanted from me was me. It was me. YouTube is tripping. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, girl, but look, I did it. But yes, and I may actually have to download this video and just send it over to YouTube from IG if it's acting like that. So it's all good. But yeah, y'all have to practice this stuff on a regular basis. This is I'm going to wait till I get to Sharonda so I can feel better thing. I'm going to do that now. Y'all know I am. Come to my inbox. Let's talk. Y'all know I'll talk to you about anything and set you on your way, get your mindset changed about that thing, and let's keep going. However, I can't do that all the time, and I can't do that for everybody. I just can't. I don't even know if I really want to, or whatever. But I can't do that. You have to take responsibility for your life, for your happiness, for your joy, for your peace. Stop letting these kids be that for you. Stop letting your husband or boyfriend be that for you. These people have the potential because they are also individuals like you are. They have the ability to disappoint you. And that's okay because we disappoint God a lot. Mhm. So stop relying on people to be your source of your joy and your happiness and your peace and all these things you want. Find yourself, your God self. Align with that space. Align with the space of this is what I want to resonate every day. I want to vibe high. Everybody talking about I want positive vibes. I want positive vibes, but you're only doing positive shit every day. Where the positive vibes coming from? Your mouth? Because that's all I see. People running their dang on mouth talking about they want positive vibes. Where they coming from? So let's do this. Let's get this. Let's get this work in. If you need my help, go to my website, www.authenticallyyourexpressions.com. If you can't spell authentically, go to my channel on YouTube. Go to my About page. It's there. On IG, go to my bio. Click on my link tree. It's there. If you can't find it there, find me. Find me. You can find me. And let's do this work. I love y'all. And I want to see you have a better life. I want to see life just flourish and you realize how much power you have over yourself. Not the good, not the bad, that thing that just happened. And oh, I just got a new job. So now I'm happy. And then about 6 months from now, the job pissing you off. You know what I'm saying? That's not where your happiness should have been in the first place. Because 6 months later, you should still be happy because you're happy. You made you happy. Can we get some spiritual practices going on, y'all? Can I see some of that happening? Good. Y'all have a beautiful night.